Good evening. I'm very proud to introduce and cede the balance of my time to my wife.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. McLaughlin, our administration, community members, and parents of students within our district. My name is Kelly Goebel. I am the parent of two daughters, a third grader and a kindergartner here in CVUSD. Following item 5C on the agenda a few weeks ago, I thought it would help to come forward and talk about my 5-year-old who is transgender. From the time our younger child was about 18 months old, we knew something was different. She would take things from her older sister's closet on the regular. Dresses, headbands, anything with glitter, you name it. By the time she was around 3.5, more than half of her own closet was filled with dresses and shoes that made a clicking noise whenever she walked. At that time, I knew very little about the transgender community, and so I really didn't think much of it. That was until our trial run of T-ball and the age of 4 hit. Getting her to put the T-ball uniform on and show up for games on Saturdays was pure hell. We eventually bargained with her by letting her wear girl clothes underneath her uniform and a headband in place of her baseball hat, so that the moment the game was over, she could rip the uniform off. Metaphorically, it was like she was peeling off the skin she was uncomfortable in. Seeing the progression take place before our eyes, watching our child become withdrawn and socially removed, and after enduring some of the most gut-wrenching tantrums, which 9 times out of 10 would end in my child vomiting due to being inconsolable, my husband and I started doing some of our own late-night research. And between the medical journals, scientific articles, and podcasts of parents that had already gone through what we were currently beginning our journey on, there was one thing that stuck out time and time again. Our child was consistent, persistent, and insistent. The night the T-ball season ended, she turned to me and said that it made her sad when the boys on her T-ball team called her a boy, because "I'm not a boy, Mama, I'm a girl," she said. My husband and I both questioned and struggled with this life-changing circumstance as anyone would. We have seen therapists, conducted our own in-depth soul searching, consulted with folks from multiple backgrounds, done our own extensive research, and finally decided that the best thing we could do for our child was to be present, accepting, and to advocate on her behalf. My daughter loves to sing, color, play dinosaurs, and come up with some of the most incredible stories you've ever heard. She knows every single word to Frozen, and purple is her favorite color. She lights up a room whenever she walks into it, and her hugs linger long after she's let go of you. She is a happier, more content, more at peace child since socially transitioning. And during this transition, my oldest has become a mini mama bear. She and her girl gang at school look out for her little sister and wave to her in passing on the playground. They do homework together. My oldest reads to her at night. And although these two bicker to no end and would never admit it, they are becoming best friends. Don't tell me this is a choice, religious or otherwise. My child would have never chosen this path for herself, for our family, or for anyone else. It's hard. It's gut-wrenching at times. But it's the most beautiful part of my life to have a child that has taught me more in her 5 years than I've learned most of my own life. She truly is the happiest child, and I don't just say that because I'm her mother. I will end with this. My transgender child isn't the first, nor the only, and will most definitely not be the last to come through our elementary schools. Therefore, the earlier we start educating our kids about all differences, including this one, the better chance we have at normalizing this topic and get back to just letting kids be kids. Thank you.
Next,